Hello to all you sports fans. Today, we're going to be talking about marketing and relating much of what we see in sports to the activities and elements within marketing. Let's get started. Marketing is the activity or business of promoting and selling products or services, including the market research and advertising involved with that. All the activities to raise awareness for a product or service or to persuade audiences to purchase it all fall under the umbrella of marketing. As sports fans, we are all more than familiar with this marketing. One of the best examples for us is commercials, right? We've all been on the edge of our seats during a close game, and suddenly the game cuts out, and we're watching some random guy telling us to buy insurance, when all we really wanted to do was to watch the next touchdown or see the next slam dunk. These commercials and all the activities surrounding them are part of this huge term that we use of marketing. First off, we're going to talk about marketing strategy. As with any good team, marketing needs a game plan or a strategy. Like the spread offense of the 2010s Oregon Ducks or the three-point powerhouse of Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Every team needs a strategy to win the game, and that's the same thing with marketing. Marketing strategy is usually divided into three main parts. That first part is going to be segmentation. This is dividing the market or prospective customers into segments or groups with common characteristics and needs in order to better serve them. The easiest way for us to understand this is with sports positions. Think in basketball, how each position usually has a different responsibility on the court, and they usually have different body types. Point guards are usually shorter and faster than the huge 7 feet tall centers who dominate the boards. Steve Nash, great point guard. He's a very different player than Shaquille O'Neal, and they both have different strengths and weaknesses. Nash can shoot and pass with ease, while Shaq, he's lucky to make a free throw. In marketing, consumers are also divided into similar groups. Geographic segmentation divides people based on location. Fans of Duke basketball and fans of UConn basketball are similar, as they are basketball fans, but they're in different locations supporting different teams. Behavioral segmentation divides people based off of their behavior and what they do or how they make their decisions. This is like dividing fast wide receivers who run down the field and catch the football and the big, strong offensive linemen who block for the ball carrier. These two positions are both on the same offense, both on the same team, but they do very different things based off of their position. And they would be divided based off their behavior on the football field. Now, next, marketers segment based off of a couple reasons. How marketers segment and why they segment can depend on a few variables. Not everyone wants the same product, and sometimes people want different products for different reasons. In baseball, every position needs a glove because they got to catch the ball, but they all don't need the exact same glove. For a catcher, he's looking at a glove because he wants it to be thick with lots of padding so that his hand doesn't get sore from catching 90 to 100-mile-an-hour fastballs for 9 innings. On the other hand, a shortstop, he's looking for something light and quick, since he needs to focus on speed, picking up the grounder, and making the throw to first base as quick as possible. These two segments both need gloves, but they're both looking for gloves for different reasons and different uses. Marketers choose how to divide their markets in similar ways. A family wants a car that has room for everyone and is safe, while a single man may want something more sporty, flashy, and fast. Another part of strategy is targeting. All right, football fans will be familiar with this kind of targeting. Okay, maybe not that kind of targeting. In marketing, targeting is finding specific segments or customers and customizing your marketing activities to reach and appeal to them. All right, think of a quarterback deciding on which team he wants to play for. His play style and his tendencies will determine how he approaches certain teams. If he's a drop-back passer who's slow on his feet, he's probably not going to target a football team with an option-style offense and an offense that expects him to run a lot all over the field. He's going to approach traditional drop-back quarterback teams with a good offensive line who can protect him and receivers who can get open for him. He's specializing his skills and highlighting those strengths to those types of teams. Marketers also choose their target market in the same way. All right, after segmentation, they decide how and why each segment would respond to their product or service and the attributes that product or service has. They then target the appropriate segment based off of what appeals to them. Positioning is the last part, all right? Positioning refers to how brands set themselves apart and portray themselves to their consumers. It comes down to the place you want your product or service to have in the market. A drop back quarterback like Tom Brady doesn't do well running the football. That's just not his style. He can, but it's far from being his specialty or even one of his strengths, to be honest. After he has segmented his potential teams and chosen an offense that fits his playstyle, he targets those types of teams and positions himself as a pocket passer. He's known as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. His type of positioning strategy would be quality positioning. He differentiates himself as an amazing pocket passer. He can read defenses with extraordinary skill and makes perfect passes based off of those reads. He gets results, and he has the Super Bowl rings to prove it. That's how he sets himself apart from other quarterbacks. His elite command and understanding of the offensive pass schemes differentiates himself from the other quarterbacks, and it puts himself as a quality quarterback that is better than the rest. Other types of positioning would be like price positioning. Another quarterback may accept a lower salary in order to free up money for the team to sign other high-paid players. Brock Purdy is the quarterback for the 49ers and is among the lowest paid QBs in the NFL. However, he is surrounded by many other great players, due in part to his lower salary. They can afford to pay their other players more because they don't have to pay him quite as much. Brands can do this as well. They position themselves as cost leaders in order to attract customers looking to save money. Next, we're going to talk about marketing tactics and the 7 Ps that come with it. The first of the 7 Ps is in regards to product. Product is pretty straightforward. It refers to the product or service being sold. Marketers can create and adjust their product in order to reflect what consumers want or need. They must consider consumer desires, consumer needs, and the attributes that consumers deem important, as well as those that they don't care as much about. Steph Curry is a great example of the product he offers. In the early days of basketball, the number one strategy for many teams was to get in close to the basket for an easy shot. Much of their strategy was built around getting their players close to the hoop. As three-pointers became a larger part of the game, that strategy gradually changed. Steph Curry saw the increasing importance and popularity of shooting those deep perimeter three-point shots. And so he became very good at shooting the ball from deep. He offered a quote-unquote service of shooting three-pointers as the need to spread out the court by shooting threes became the most prevalent it had ever been. Marketers will often emphasize the elements of a product that are most important to the customers in a similar way. Place is another hugely important part of your marketing mix. It is a place where you sell your product or service. It often involves other consideration. Will the product be sold online, in stores, or just on the street? Marketers must also consider how these places will affect the customer. Is the place in location with customers who want the product or all the way on the other side of town? How difficult is it for the customer to acquire the product? It may be in the right location, but how accessible and easy to get is it for the customers? Wide receivers are my favorite example of place. Their job in football is to run down the field and catch the ball. It's important for them to be in the right place at the right time so that the quarterback can make the throw to them. They also have to be open to make the catch. If the defense is heavily defending the inside of the field, receivers probably need to be on the outside of the field so they can get open for the quarterback and make a catch. Marketers must similarly analyze the field and put their products at the right place. If a customer wants the product fast and doesn't want to travel too far to get it, marketers could consider delivering the product to them in order to make it easy and convenient to be more attractive to the customer. Price is the next P. How much is that product really worth to the consumer? Too high, and consumers will be hesitant to pay that much money for something they don't deem to be worth it. If it's too low, marketers can miss out on revenue potential or even make the product appear to be cheap and undesirable to consumers. Quarterbacks are one of the best examples of this principle. A quarterback who's asking a team for too much money could very well find himself without a team to play for, or find himself alone on a team with little talent since the entire budget of the team was spent paying on his salary with no other room for other star talent. The next one is promotion. Promotion is how the product is going to get noticed by people. TV commercials, billboards, social media are all different promotional tools that marketers will use. Marketers must consider where potential customers for their product are most likely to be exposed to their promotions, and if those channels are consistent with the image they have created for their brand. Sports organizations do this often. During a sporting event, commercials for other sports games are often shown since marketers know that a great way to promote sports games is to sports fans who are probably already watching the sport. The Super Bowl is one of the biggest promotional devices, with millions of dollars being spent on commercials during breaks in the game.
Pop corners.
Since so many people watch the Super Bowl, it's a great opportunity for companies to promote their products or services during it. Physical evidence is the surrounding environment and the message that sends to the customer. It offers proof of the quality of the product or service and whether or not it's a purchase that the customer should make. By creating a great physical evidence, it can give clues to the customer that they're making the right choice. When you go to a sports game, take a look around. Teams will often hang banners displaying their championship wins and the years they accomplished those wins. It shows fans that they chose the right team and gives them a sense of pride in their teams because of the wins that they've been able to achieve. The color scheme of the stadium will often reflect the colors of the team. New uniforms show that this is a quality athletic program, letting all who enter know that this is the right team to support.
We're in the 7th inning stretch, and we've got to address the people. The people in sporting events are what makes the experience like no other. Having tens of thousands of passionate fans in attendance screaming and chanting creates an energy that people can't get enough of. There are so many roles that are played for everyone in attendance at an event. You have the staff, fans, players, who all contribute to the service experience, and each person influences the buyer's perceptions. One of the ways marketers can capitalize on this is to appeal to their target market through social media. Not all of your fan base is going to be able to attend the games live, so sharing the best moments like the Iceland national team chant, or a Kevin Durant ankle breaker on Daniel Gafford.
Thomas to Durant. The fake. The second. Oh! Ankle breaker!
Marketers must effectively use their platform to capture the attention of their digital audience. And don't forget about the process of hosting a sporting event. The process is the actual delivery of the service and includes all the procedures made to carry out the event. Think of the thousands of different employees that go into the process for just one sporting event. You'll need tons of security, each important as the other. Janitors, frontline employees, mascots, and about 8 million others. And not only is there event staff, but also all the employees representing the sports organizations. Marketers can try to utilize the process decisions through showing consumers what changes are being made and who's behind them. The NBA, for example, recently just added a new in-season tournament called the NBA Cup. The process of making the NBA Cup will change the landscape of the entire league, and the NBA as a whole will market to consumers how this process will be carried out and what you can expect to see from them. And that concludes the 7 marketing mix variables. Now that you know what marketing is all about, you can gain a leg up on the rest of the competition. Thank you for watching.